Hey guys, it's Ashley. Today I'll be going over the 4th grade lesson 23 worksheet, starting with adding like fractions. So here we have a definition on like fractions. It says they are fractions with the same denominator. You can add like fractions by using fraction bars or drawings. So today we're going to practice this, starting with number 1. We have 1/2 plus 1/2. So just like in the definition, something very important is that they have the same denominator. This is something that you must remember. And if it doesn't have the same denominator, you have to find a common denominator, which is something that we've been going over for the past couple of worksheets. So here, since we do have the same denominator for both, we're just going to look at the numerators and add them. So we have 1 plus 1, which is 2 over 2. Bring the denominator over. And again, anything over itself becomes 1. So we know that our answer is 1. For number 2, I'll be doing it down here, 3/4 plus 1/4. The denominators are the same, so we're just looking at the numerators, and 3 plus 1 is 4. Bring the denominator over. Again, same thing. If there's the same number on top and bottom, it just becomes 1. So number 2 is 1 whole. And number 3, I'm just going to erase my work so I can show you guys how to do number 3. We have 4/8 plus 2/6. Oh, sorry, 2/8. We have like denominators, so we're going to add the numerators. 4 plus 2 is 6. Bring the denominator over, we get 8. Now, when you write your fractions, you always have to simplify your answer. So we're going to divide top and bottom by 2. And again, when you simplify your fractions, you don't write this. I only write it to show you guys my steps, but you just write 3/4. This is your final answer. Okay, we're going to move on to page number 2, which is find the sum. So it's pretty much the same thing that we did on page 1. We'll be doing number 4, 5, and 6. So starting with 4, we have 2/6 plus 4/6. We check if we have a common denominator, which we do. So we're going to add the numerators. 2 plus 4 is 6. Bring the denominator over. Anything over itself becomes 1 whole. Oops. So number 4 is 1. For number 5, we have 3/4 plus 2/4. So we're going to check if it has a common denominator, and it does. Again, a reminder, a common denominator is a denominator with the same number. Next, we're going to add the numerator. 3 plus 2 is 5. Bring the denominator over, and we get 4. Now, 5/4 can be changed into a mixed number. So we're going to do 1 and 1/4, and this is because right here it's multiplication, and right here it's addition. So we're technically doing 4 times 1 equals 4, plus 1 equals 5. Which is exactly what we get up here. So our answer is 1 and 1/4. And number 6, I'll do it up here. We have 3/7 plus 4/7. We check if we have common denominators, which we do. We're going to add the numerators. 3 plus 4 is 7. Bring the denominator over. 7/7 equals 1 whole. So this is a pretty easy concept if you have common denominators. Next, we're looking at comparing fractions. Write less than, greater than, or equal to for each blank. So I'll be doing numbers 2 and 3. So you want to solve the left side. So we're going to add this and compare to the right side. So first we want to do 1/6 plus 3/6, and when we do so, we have common denominator, so we're going to add the numerator, and we get 1 plus 3 is 4. carry over the denominator, 4/6. Now, we have to compare it with this fraction on the right side. So we see that the fraction on the right side is 2/3. So we want to either find a common denominator by simplifying this or multiplying this. The easier method is to simplify. So we're going to change 4/6 dividing by 2 on top and bottom when we get 2/3 and 2/3. And we know that that is equal to each other. So we're going to put the equal to sign. I'm going to erase this and solve number 4. We have 4/8 plus 3/8 compared to 1. So 4/8 plus 3/8 equals, they both have a common denominator of 8, so we're going to add the top, the numerator. 4 plus 3 is 7. Carry over the denominator, we get 7/8 compared to the number 1. Now we know that anything over itself is one whole, meaning 8/8, 7/7, 6/6, etc. is all one whole. This is less than one whole. Okay? Next, we'll be doing the final page, which is find the value of n. So n is a variable, solve for n. This is very important, that n is a variable. So number 1, we'll be doing 7/10 plus 2/n equals, let's do that again, equals 9/10. So we're finding what n is. Now, if you think about it, we've been carrying the denominator over. So if we have a common denominator, we can add the numerators. And here we see that 7 plus 9 equals, or 7 plus 2 equals 9. So we know that they have to have the same denominators. So n has to equal 10. So here we'll write n equals 10. Number 2, we have 5/n plus 3/n equals one whole. We know that anything over itself is one whole, so we'll do, 8. So 8/8 equals one whole. So n equals 8. Finally, number 8, we have 4/n plus 3/n equals 7/11. Now, again, we see that the top adds up to 7, so we know that the denominator has to be the same as 11, so n equals 11. Okay, you guys can check your answer when you're done, and great job this week.